Breaking news tops our morning rush. Police, fire crews, and PNM on scene of a fire in Nob Hill. Let's take a look at new video in this morning. Shows a blaze at the Skyway building on Central and Richmond. It sparked around 2:30 this morning, causing a power outage and shutting down traffic on Central between Girard and Richmond. AFR says an electrical wire and a gas line were blown. No word of any injuries or how the fire sparked.
Breaking overnight, we are waiting to hear how a northeast Albuquerque SWAT situation ended. Overnight, Albuquerque and state police swarmed a home near Comanche and Wantabo, searching for a suspect wanted on felony battery charges. Police have not said if that suspect was arrested. Erica.
And here's a look at the weather pattern this morning, seeing some very cold temperatures and a bit of fog. We'll be watching high pressure moving in today, keeping things nice and dry and sunny, but a little bit cooler on the east side of the state.
Quick warning, the next video is disturbing. This morning, federal authorities are searching for a group of teen girls caught on camera attacking another girl. Authorities say the beating happened at an Espanola skate park on New Year's Day. 3 girls are seen punching and kicking the girl. Then they reportedly threw her in a trunk and took her to another location for round 2.
An Albuquerque man involved in a police chase that led to the death of a teen is now scheduled to be sentenced this afternoon. 15-year-old Manny Tapia was walking home from work at Cottonwood Mall in July when he was hit and killed crossing the street. Now, Juan Ramirez pleaded guilty to driving the stolen truck, but was not charged for Manny's death. That stolen truck is tied to the death, and now he faces up to 3 years in prison. Today, state lawmakers will continue working on how to fund improvements to New Mexico's roads. Lawmakers are disagreeing on how the repairs should happen. Now, this year, the governor wants $200 million in one-time spending from the general fund. One lawmaker wants to see a long-term plan. The DOT says they expect to see funding increases from a new tax as well as the oil boom.
Today, an Albuquerque man accused of ramming his car into another is scheduled to be in court to enter a plea. Anthony Romero claims he was trying to stop a drug deal. That's why he rammed the car in a neighborhood off Central and Tower. He said he did it twice. The 3 people inside the car claimed they were just dropping off the vehicle. Erica.
Here's a look at our Metro Threat Index for today. We're keeping it nice and low at a 1. Only thing we're dealing with is chilly temperatures this morning, but otherwise a quiet day ahead of us.
New Mexico officials are urging health providers to get ready for possible cases of coronavirus. So far, no cases of the respiratory illness have been found here in New Mexico, but the state health secretary wants doctors to pay close attention to patients and ask them about their travel history.
This morning, trappers in New Mexico now have stricter regulations to follow. The regulations were put in place by the New Mexico Game Commission. Now, trappers must set traps at least a half-mile from a permanent home and take an education course before setting traps in the field. Trappers say New Mexico is already heavily regulated. Animal activists don't agree.
Thousands of New Mexicans on Medicaid are in jeopardy of losing their eligibility. It's all because of the recent increase in the state's minimum wage. At the start of the year, base pay rose to $9 an hour, the first in a series of increases. Now, the State Human Services Department says the first bump now puts 6,000 people above the income requirement.
On to news happening right now. The state is currently working to clear a backlog of about 1,900 complaints of people claiming employers failed to pay them accurately. Now, the state's Workforce Solutions Secretary hopes that more staff will be hired to help shift through the complaints. The claims come from workers in restaurants, nursing homes, and agriculture.
Actor Penn Badgley is bringing Hollywood to Albuquerque students. He's known for his current role as serial killer Joe in the Netflix drama You. Badgley made a stop here in the Duke City this week to speak to UNM students. Now, we asked him if a future season of You could be bringing in his character here to Albuquerque. He says maybe, if his character doesn't end up in prison.
Ahead of baseball's opening day in April, major upgrades already in the works at Isotope Stadium. The most noticeable, more netting. Officials say more than 300 extra feet of netting will be added. Since the Topes share the stadium with New Mexico United, officials are considering improvements for soccer fans as well, like adding more metal detectors and opening another gate for faster entry.
An Albuquerque firehouse will be renamed to honor late Councilor Ken Sanchez. City councilors voted to name Station 7 on Central near Old Coors in his honor. The firehouse will now be called the Ken Sanchez Fire Station 7. The meeting was the first time that the city council convened since Sanchez died on New Year's Day. The city is now taking applications to fill his seat. Erica.
Now let's get a look at that morning drive. Well, on the maps, you can see Central is shut down in both directions between Girard and Richmond. An alternative route that you can take is Lomas or Cole. And here's a look over downtown. Plenty of cars out on the roads. Not seeing any huge slowdowns beside that closure.
Starting this week, you will see FedEx drivers delivering packages on Sunday. The delivery company will begin Sunday ground service as it tries to compete with Amazon and other shippers. FedEx is trying to keep pace with the massive amount of packages delivered by Amazon every year. Its competitor, UPS, also launched Sunday delivery at the beginning of the year.